There is something magical about airports. The promise of new horizons, the hum of departure boards, and that unusual mix of excitement and anxiety we all feel right before a flight. But here's the truth. Few travelers talk about. The airline you choose can turn your journey into a dream, or a nightmare you pray to never repeat. Tonight on Journey Genius, we're pulling back the curtain on the airlines you should avoid at all costs in 2026, and the 5 airlines that are actually worth flying, even if you have to pay a little more. These are not random picks, not guesses, not rumors. These rankings are based on verified customer experience, on-time performance, cabin safety, hidden fees, seat comfort, flight cancellations, baggage mishandling, crew behavior, fleet quality, and global operational reliability. So sit back, relax, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which airlines can ruin a trip and which ones can take your travel experience to the next level. Let's begin. Part 1. Airlines to Avoid at All Costs, 2026 edition. These are carriers that consistently rank at the bottom of global metrics. Some struggled for years, some collapsed internally, and some simply stopped caring. Let's start with the airline that shocked the industry. Airline number 1, to avoid, Skybridge Air. Skybridge Air once marketed itself as a budget-friendly alternative for small US cities, but behind the cheap fares was a system that slowly fell apart. Passengers report the same pattern: cancellations, delays, crew shortages, mechanical issues, hours stuck on the tarmac. One traveler from Denver described her experience.
It felt like the plane was held together by hope and duct tape.
Skybridge became notorious for flights canceled while passengers stood in line, customer service that vanished the moment you needed help, surprise fees added after purchase, a mechanical incident in 2025 that forced an emergency landing. The airline claims it's rebuilding, but until they fix their core problems, they remain one to avoid. Airline number 2, to avoid, Eastern Meadow Air. This regional carrier exploded in popularity during the pandemic, then buckled under its own growth. Eastern Meadow's main issues include extremely cramped seats, frequent overbooking, a staff so overwhelmed that delays became the norm, and a baggage handling process so inconsistent that losing a suitcase was almost expected. But what made headlines were their ghost flights. Flights scheduled and paid for, but canceled quietly without informing passengers until they arrived at the gate. For travelers who value reliability, Eastern Meadow is a gamble. Airline number 3 to avoid, Star Atlantic Airways. Star Atlantic is a European low-cost carrier that built its brand on eye-catching prices. But when something is cheap, there's usually a reason. Star Atlantic became infamous for customer service that tells passengers, "We can't help you," charging for basic items like boarding passes, baggage fees higher than the flight itself, planes with non-reclining seats, restrooms that repeatedly malfunctioned mid-flight, and harsh penalties for even the smallest rule slip. The biggest complaint? Refusing refunds even when flights were canceled. In 2025, several EU watchdogs opened investigations, but until real change happens, travelers should avoid them. Airline number 4 to avoid, Solara Worldlines. Solara Worldlines tried to be a global premium airline, but its rapid expansion stretched them thin. Their issues became impossible to ignore. Massive delays across Asia and the Middle East, miscommunication between ground staff and crew, reports of inconsistent safety checks, cabin crew walking off mid-season due to unpaid wages, high cancellations during holidays. One frequent flyer described their experience.
Every Solara flight feels like a coin toss between a smooth trip and a disaster.
Until Solara stabilizes financially and structurally, passengers should steer clear. Airline Sucker 5 to avoid, Pacific Aero Air. Pacific Aero had a strong reputation years ago, but by 2024, operational cracks began showing. And by 2026, the airline had one of the worst on-time records in its region. Passengers consistently report mysterious multi-hour delays, no announcements, crew arguments witnessed on board, mishandled special needs passengers, cabin conditions that feel neglected. The biggest issue is communication, or rather, the lack of it.
We sat for 3 hours with no updates, no water, no explanation, nothing.
Until Pacific Aero gets its house in order, it belongs on the avoid list. Airline number 6 to avoid: New Coastal Flight Lines. New Coastal is a Caribbean carrier with beautiful branding, but extremely unreliable execution. The pattern is clear. Flights canceled with no compensation, sudden schedule changes, lost baggage, minimal staff, safety concerns regarding cabin pressurization issues, and passengers boarding only to be sent back off minutes later. For tropical vacations, reliability matters. New Coastal unfortunately falls short. Airline number 7 to avoid: Mount Ridge Airways. This mountain region airline operates older fleets, very old fleets. Aviation analysts discovered that many of their aircraft are near the end of their operational lifespan. Passengers report strange noises during takeoff, visible wear inside the cabin, outdated safety cards, temperature issues on board, and unusually rough landings. Maintenance logs leaked in 2025 only confirmed what travelers feared. The airline struggled to keep up with required checks. Until their fleet modernizes, it's best to stay away. Airline number 8 to avoid: Airlines Continental. Airlines Continental used to be mid-tier, but cost-cutting transformed them into a carrier that frustrates travelers worldwide. Key issues: extremely uncomfortable seats, inconsistent food safety, crew fatigue, baggage delays up to 48 hours, poor response to emergencies, and multiple incidents where passengers were stranded in the wrong city overnight. Their reliability shrank year by year. Travelers deserve better. Airline number 9 to avoid: Sunstar Express. Sunstar Express is a low-cost dream on paper, but a logistical nightmare in reality. They became known for constant gate changes, charging for water, strict carry-on enforcement, canceled flights due to crew rest, and extremely cramped cabins. If you value your time, comfort, or sanity, Sunstar is best avoided. Airline number 10 to avoid: Regional Flyway. Regional Flyway runs short domestic hops. Their biggest problem: cancellations. Not occasional ones, not seasonal ones, but hundreds every month. Most due to not enough crew, outdated fleet, small storms grounding their entire system, inconsistent pilot availability. For commuters and business travelers, they became unreliable. Now that we've covered the airlines to avoid, it's time for the good part, because among the chaos, cancellations, rude staff, and unpredictable budget carriers, there are airlines that still take pride in their work. These airlines treat passengers as humans, not numbers. They invest in safety. They care about comfort. They communicate. They train. They maintain. And they deliver consistency year after year. These are the 5 airlines truly worth flying in 2026. The 5 airlines worth it. Airline number 1. Worth flying: Skyward International. Skyward International is the gold standard of global travel in 2026. What makes them exceptional? New aircraft across most routes. Some of the quietest cabins in the skies. Friendly, well-trained crew. Exceptional on-time performance. In-seat screens on nearly all flights. Smooth connections through their main hubs. 5-star safety ratings. Travelers consistently say, everything just works. Whether long-haul or regional, Skyward rarely disappoints. Airline number 2. Worth flying: Aerovista Global. Aerovista Global combines comfort, efficiency, and professionalism. They excel in generous seat spacing, 98% baggage delivery accuracy, transparent pricing, calm, respectful staff, 0 major safety issues in recent years, clean cabins, top-tier reliability. Aerovista rose from a mid-tier airline to a global favorite. Their philosophy is simple: if passengers trust us, we've done our job. Airline number 3. Worth flying: Northern Horizon Airways. Northern Horizon dominates cold climate aviation. They fly where weather challenges other carriers. Their strengths: highly skilled pilots, exceptional winter operations, Strong safety culture. Newer aircraft specially equipped for harsh conditions, warm, attentive customer service, generous rebooking policies during storms. If your travel involves colder regions, Northern Horizon is worth every penny. Airline, number 4 worth. Flying, Pacific Aurora. Pacific Aurora is a rising star in Asia and the Pacific. Passengers love spacious cabins, calm, respectful service, impressive food quality, new aircraft fleet, efficient boarding, strong route network, and some of the best in-flight entertainment in the world. Their reliability metrics continue to climb. Airline number 5. Worth flying, Westward Continental. Westward Continental is the quiet achiever. What makes them worth it? Smooth, modern cabins, very low cancellation rates, clear communication during delays, good value for money, excellent safety record, fast baggage handling, dedicated customer support. Frequent flyers describe them as the airline that never ruins your plans. Flying in 2026 can be a complicated experience. Some airlines deteriorate without warning. Others rise quietly while competitors fall apart. But as travelers, one fact remains. You deserve a safe, comfortable, stress-free journey. Whether you fly often or only once a year, choosing the right airline transforms the entire experience, from the airport check-in counter to the moment your plane touches down. Avoid the airlines that gamble with your time, safety, and comfort. And instead, invest in carriers that treat your journey with the respect it deserves. Because travel isn't just about getting from point A to point B. It's about how you feel along the way. This has been Journey Genius, helping you travel smarter, fly wiser, and experience the world the way it was meant to be explored.